Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about what are equivalent fractions. So the word equivalent has come from the word equal. You can see I have put is equal to sign over here. So now let us discuss what does these fractions means. So the fractions that are equal in the value. For example, 1 upon 2 is equal to 2 upon 4, which is equal to 3 upon 6, and it is further equal to 4 upon 8. Now how do we get equivalent fractions? We can get equivalent fractions by multiplying or dividing a fraction with the same number. Now let's see same fraction 1 upon 2. To get 2 upon 4, what we have to do? We have to multiply 1 with 2 and 2 with 2. So we will get 2 upon 4. Similarly, when I have multiplied 1 upon 2 with 3 and 3, I got 3 upon 6. So this is an equivalent fraction. So you can see what I have to do. I have to multiply the numerator and the denominator with the same number. Over here also with 3 and 3. Now to get 4 upon 8, it means I have multiplied 1 and 2 both with number 4. Now let us further clarify this with the help of activity as well. Now look over here, we have a different fractions over here. Now see, this is a circle which is divided into two equal parts, and we can write 1 upon 2 like this is over here we have shown. Now the same circle, if I draw one more vertical line over here like this, the circle has been now divided into 4 equal parts, and now the fraction for it becomes 2 parts are shaded, so 2 out of 4. But otherwise, if we see the same portion, the half of the circle has been shaded. So that is why we say they are equal in the value. And if we look at further fraction, now see the same. I have drawn another lines like this, one diagonal and another diagonal. Now how many parts are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And out of 8, 4 parts are shaded. But otherwise, this is what? This is just half of a circle, which is same as the first circle. So you can see over here, now this has been divided into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And 3 parts are shaded, so we can write down 3 upon 6. So now the fractions are different. 1 upon 2, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6 and 4 upon 8. Otherwise, they are equally shaded. Half of a circle is shaded in each part. So we were discussing how to get equivalent fraction. So the first is by multiplication. Now you can see I have a fraction 2 upon 3 over here. To get another equivalent fraction, I have multiplied my numerator and denominator with the number 4. I got 8 upon 12. So I can say 8 upon 12 is equivalent to 2 upon 3. The second method is using a division. Now I have a bigger number 21 upon 28. So now to get a smaller equivalent fraction, I will divide. I have to see 21 and 28 I have a common factor 7. So I have divided 21 and 28 with 7. Now see what do I get? When I divide 21 with 7, I get 3. When I divide 28 with 7, I get 4. So I can say 3 upon 4 is equivalent to 21 upon 8. I can cross check it also, like if I write 3 upon 4 and now multiply both with 7, see I will get the same fraction 21 upon 28. Now let's find out how we can find out the missing equivalent fractions over here. Now see, we have two fractions. First is 3 upon 6, numerator and denominator both are given. In the second fraction, we have a question mark in the numerator, that is we have to find out what should we fill over here, and the denominator is given. Now I have a complete set of denominator in both the fractions, so I will use this to find out my missing number. What I have to do? I have to read the table of this denominator 6. Where does 18 comes? It comes at which place? It comes when I multiply 6 with 3. So it means I have to multiply my numerator also with the same number 3, and I'll get my missing number. Now what is my missing number? My missing number was 9. So 6 3s are 18 and 3 3s are 9. Let's take another example. So same way, now both the denominators are there. So where does 40 comes in the table of 5? It comes at 5th place. So it means I have to multiply my numerator also with the same number 5. Now when I multiply 5 with 5, what I will get? I will get 25. So 25 was my missing numerator. Now let's take another example. Now the denominators are missing. I have both the numerator of the first fraction and second fraction. So where does 21 comes in the table of 7? It comes at 7. 3 are 21. So it means I have to multiply 9 with 3 to get my denominator, that is 27. So that is how we can find out the missing equivalent fractions. So now one last topic of equivalent fraction. How to check if given fractions are equivalent or not. Now we have a pair of fraction given over here, 3 upon 6 and 7 upon 2. If we have to check whether 3 upon 6 is equivalent to 7 upon 2 or not, what we can do? We can use the method which is known as cross multiplication. Now what does this mean? We will make a cross in between the fractions. Now 3 and 2, 6 and 7. The same way our cross go, we take the number like we have 3 and 2, so we will multiply 3 with 2. 6 with 7, so we will multiply 6 with 7. Now let's see what do we get. 3 2s are 6 and 7 6 are 42. If the both number comes different, we say no, they are not equivalent. Let's see another example. See, I have crossed 4 with 10, so it means I have to multiply 4 with 10. Similarly, 5 with 8, so 5 with 8. Now let's see what do we get. 4 10s are 40, 5 8s are 40. The answer of both is same. So what do we write? We write yes, both of them are equivalent fraction. So 4 2s are 8 and 5 2s are 10. So these are equivalent fraction. These were not. Let's see another example. So here 2 with 15. So 2 multiplied by 15. 15 2s are 30. 5 multiplied by 6 is also 30. So yes, they are also equivalent fraction. So by using cross multiplication, we can easily find out whether the given pair are equivalent fractions or not. So that's all for today. I hope you have understood what are equivalent fractions and the different things we can perform using the given concept. Good day.